Hello, Assalamualaikum. Before we start, can I do some tests first? Can you guys hear me clearly? If you guys can hear me, you guys can try to reply. I think the comment section is slightly slower. Hi, I can see more people coming in. Can you guys hear me clearly? Okay. So hopefully you guys can hear me clearly before we started. I just want to do some shake up. Can you guys listen to my music? Is it too loud or is it just like nice or should I tone down a bit the music? Audio sound clear. Okay, cool. How about the music? Music is nice or is it too loud? Should I increase volume up a bit or yeah, okay. Changing my camera. Should I oopsie this side a bit? Alright. That should be cool now. Alright, cool. Bisa terdengar? Uh at all? Oh, I think because I didn't but never okay, let me check. On this one. The music, can you hear the music or you can't listen to the music at all? Oh, okay, so the music is not in. Okay, let me just adjust a bit. How about now? You guys listen to the music? No music at all. What are the music? Okay, I think it's because of the track that I choose. Okay, never mind. Should be fine. So the music is fine, okay? I don't have to turn down a bit. I want to make it like too loud for me. More clear. Okay, cool. So hi everyone. If you notice, I changed my camera position. Before this used to be in front of me, but now I changed it to the side. So that if I like read your comments, I can just simply look at your at the camera and then feel like I am interacting with you guys. Alright. So a little bit of introduction. Hi, my name is Najia Najla. You guys can call me Naj. I'm Adobe certified expert and also instructor. So I think also I do and create stuff. Too loud. Okay. So I guess I'm just going to tone down the music a bit because I think people say the music is too loud. Yeah. Okay. All right. Uh. Okay. So okay now. What do we call the? Okay. So for today, thank you so much everyone who come and also join this live for tonight. So malam ni, it's today is our seven, was it 7 Ramadan and dah masuk Maghrib. So actually we are already inside of the Ramadan yang ke-8. So selamat berpuasa and also Ramadan Karim to those who are Muslims and also practicing. And also fasting. So and also for tonight, so tonight punya session we're gonna do get started with Adobe Premiere Rush. Okay, so technically this one of the Adobe video editing software for mobile that we have inside. So as you can see, I am just browsing the Adobe Premiere Rush. This is where you guys can find more about Adobe Premiere Rush. Sometimes you call it, to make it simpler, I'm just gonna call it Rush because there's another like video editing software in Adobe itself which is more having used professionally, which is Adobe Premiere Pro. So Rush is like the punya sibling or another brother for Adobe Premiere Pro. So that's why it is called like Adobe Premiere Rush. But technically, the Adobe nak senang, I'm just gonna call it Adobe Rush lah. Okay. My voice okay now? Do I have to voice out again? Okay, I think it should be fine now. Because I believe like the comment section is slightly slower, so if I like do adjustment, I have to wait like another 10 minutes so that I can know whether you guys actually like listen or sounds better or not. Okay, so for tonight, Adobe Rush, I'm just gonna call it short, Adobe Rush. Kalau tak macam nak pronounce Adobe Premiere Rush is like so long for me. Okay, so for Adobe Premiere Rush, if you guys wanna follow together with this workshop, you guys can have or install Adobe Rush into your mobile. It can be installed for inside of your mobile phone. It can be installed into your iPad if you guys have one. It also can be installed into your PC. So example, if you have like Creative Cloud or you'd like subscribe to Adobe Creative Cloud, you guys will get this Adobe Rush together inside of your package if you guys subscribe to all apps. Oh, that's what's like so blowing up. Okay, so as you can see under here you have like Premiere Pro is one of the professionals video editing software that we have for desktop. We don't have Premiere Pro in mobile. Technically, that's why Adobe create another version which is for mobile, which is Premiere Rush, specific for mobile. But of course, at the same time, you guys can also download Adobe Premiere Rush into your desktop. So if you guys follow up or follow my previous workshop where we learned about Lightroom last week, so I also mentioned for the Lightroom there's like 3 versions. Lightroom itself, we have Lightroom for mobile. We also have Lightroom for what do we call for desktop, which is we call Adobe Lightroom Classic, and also we have Adobe Lightroom CC, which is for mobile. And then for mobile tu pula, we have for like iPad. It's exactly the same thing for like iPad and also iPhone. But instead of the PC desktop pun, you also can get access to Adobe Lightroom CC juga. So it's the same thing, the same concept, the same system. Like how can you do with Adobe Rush, because Adobe Rush pun they have 3 versions, which is not 3 versions, it's like you can access in 3 different devices: your phone, which is smaller size, and also your iPad or your tablet, and also your desktop. Alright, so if you download Premiere Rush into your desktop, you guys can terus open the Premiere Rush. The interface, the buttons, all of that technically almost the same. Like how can you get into your mobile version? It's the same thing. It's just in terms of layouting is a little bit different because of the size of your screen and all, but all the functions and features are all technically the same if you download download Rush in any kind of platform or devices. So Adib was asking, Adobe kena langgan dulu ke for a Rush? Yes, you have to you can start for free, as you can see over here, or you guys want to buy now. So example, I think for free they give you like around 7 days for trial, not 30 days anymore. So this, because I already like open half Creative Cloud, that's why they just want to access direct to my Rush. But if you click on the buy now, then you guys can look at the plan for Adobe. So here we have one. Rush around 47 ringgit 707 per month. But if you guys look for yearly, I think they have like yearly punya price as well, like monthly plan or annual plan. So for annual plan, I think you will get slightly cheaper lah. Okay, okay, slowing the music, you guys can't really listen to me. All right. Okay, my voice still like slow. Is it slower? Is it okay now? Is it slower? Is it still slow? Okay. All right. I think should be okay, right? Okay. So over here, as I mentioned before, you can get the subscription to Rush from this website. I'm just going to share this to the your chat box in case you guys want to check this one out. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to tutup lah the background music. I think if it's betul-betul bothering you guys, it's not even important, I guess. I mean, it's just like for ambience wise. Yes, Rush is the mobile version for Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro, yes, because Premiere Pro, as I mentioned, is more professional look for professional usage, which is we have like a lot of features. For more complex editing, you guys can get or learn to use Adobe Premiere Pro. But if you guys wanna do something that very fast cut, easier, just for social media, not like professional finishing. Actually, you guys can still create professional finish using Rush. It's not something that, oh, if using Rush then your quality will be dropped. It's not like that. In terms of quality wise, it is still based on, depends on how you shoot your videos, based on your resources, based on your clips, based on your footages, and also based on your export settings. So what I mentioned here is why you can still create a professional look, professional finish using Rush. It's just the features that we have, the buttons, and also some of the functions that we have inside Rush is slightly limited if you want to compare with Premiere Pro. That's the thing. But in terms of like edit, I think if you just want to do like I mentioned, like fast edit, tak ada masalah. You guys can just simply using Rush. Alright, so if you guys want to follow up, hi Azura, you are here again. Hi, good to see you. If you guys want to follow up this workshop, you guys can install and have Rush ready with you. Or if you just like feel like you just want to see what's the capability, what the Rush can do, you guys can just like watch this workshop first and maybe get to the Rush on your own later. Okay. Alright, so if you guys have any questions relating the Adobe stuff, I think you guys can go to the website and just click on the chat box on the right side. We have like one chat box over here, as you can see. So you guys can just simply hello and also like ask them questions because they are really helpful. Yes. Skip. I don't want to ask this question. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, so let's jump right into Rush because we only have like a limited time for tonight again. So I'm just gonna jump right away into Rush. Okay, that's me. So I have Rush ready inside of my PC. So I already downloaded Rush. So I'm using Rush, Adobe Premiere Rush 2020, which is the latest version. But I'm just gonna give you a little bit of heads up. Based on my experience, I have no idea is it because of my PC, but in terms of like requirement that you need for your machine in order for you to run Rush, requirements is actually quite it's not that big. I mean, you can still run Rush with 8 GB RAM, and also, but it is advisable to use Intel i5, i7, and then if you're using Mac OS, you guys can using Mac OS X, which is 10 and then above. If you guys using Android, I think Android 13 is it, if I'm not mistaken. And then for iOS phone, iOS let me check again. For phone, you guys can get iOS 13 and later. For Android, Android 9 and later. So that will be the requirement. So if your device has those requirements or above, you guys actually can download the Rush into your mobile because it is compatible. Okay. For the software, yes, this one you have to purchase. It's not a part of the free software like Lightroom mobile. You have to purchase it. But of course, there's a trial if you guys are interested to go into trial first and then learn and then purchase it in case you guys need it. All right. I really like. Should I pin my comment just now? I'm just gonna pin it so you guys can also look into that. Adobe Creative Cloud if you guys like really looking into like the price and all for Rush. Okay. 4K footage support. Yes, it is support. It is supported. You guys can load into Rush. There's no problem with it. But in terms of your machine, that one you have to see the machine, whether your machine can cater that footage or not. Certain machine they can import, but they cannot really. You will get like a little bit of like lagging into that editing part. Okay. So you guys can see just readjust my screen. Okay, so you guys can see the full screen now. All right, cool. Okay, so here I have here as you can see I have like my recent edit, some of the project that I already created. This one is just actually the demo set, so I'm not gonna go with this one. And this one actually one of the edit that I did. And if you click on this like button 3 over here, you guys have options whether you guys want to rename, turn synchronization off, or delete everywhere. Because one thing is, if you look into the icon, the cloud icon means this project has been saved into my Creative Cloud, which is Adobe Creative Cloud CC. So I saved that into my Creative Cloud because this one I edit inside of my iPad a few days, I think last week, and then automatically I didn't turn off the synchronization. So that's why when I open Adobe Premiere Rush, I don't have to manually import the project from my iPad into the PC because my Creative Cloud has been synchronized using under one Adobe ID, my own ID. So it will be like centralized properly if I didn't turn off my synchronization. So as you can see here, why my turn off synchronization it's like grayed out because it has been synchronized inside of this desktop. So that's why there's no point if I'm going to turn off the synchronization now. So but example, if this is like a new project and I just did inside of my iPad few hours ago, and then now when I open the project inside of the Adobe Rush on my desktop, I will have this function available because they will give me options if I want to synchronize the project that I did inside of my iPad few hours ago into my desktop or not. But if by default, if I have my Creative Cloud connected using the same Wi-Fi and all, so technically it will be synchronized automatically into my desktop. It's the same concept with all of the Adobe mobile applications. Same goes to Lightroom and stuff. If you sign up or log in using that one Adobe ID and you are like connecting under one Wi-Fi connection, then technically you will get that synchronization automatically updated into your desktop from mobile into desktop. That will be it. Okay, so for this one, as you can see, I have another option, another like icon over there, which is the desktop icon together with the cloud icon. That one meaning that this one has been created inside of my local and also into my cloud library. So I have both because this project real LJ, this one it's not, I didn't have the project inside of my PC, local PC, but I have it in my cloud. So as long as my PC is connecting with the internet connection, I can always access the cloud. But if I don't have any internet connection, I cannot open this project because I don't have this project inside of my local devices. But for this one, untitled one, this one I have both in my local devices, as you can see with the desktop icon, and also inside of my cloud. That's why I have two icons over here. So technically you have to understand what the icon means so that you know where your project is, whether it's in a cloud or whether it is inside of your local drive or is it inside of your mobile only. So that's one you have to check lah. Because in this one, in case you guys have problem like I couldn't find my project, why I cannot like share or like synchronize my project from my iPad into my desktop, you have to check all of these connection with your cloud. So make sure you guys punya Adobe ID is the same Adobe ID, you have a decent internet connection, and you guys are like connected with the same internet connections and all. And then if the project is so big, so maybe it will take some time to update inside of your cloud and also into your desktop version. If it's the project is small and very like light, then shouldn't be a problem because it's going to be really fast. Okay, all right. So and then on the left side, as you can see here, we got help in case you guys wanna like need help in terms of installation or in terms of like importing and stuff. But and then normally I don't really go with this one lah. And then down there you guys have learn. So if you guys want to learn more about Adobe Premiere Rush, you guys want to like follow the tutorial step by step, Adobe also have that inside of the community itself. So you guys just can click on this learn button and then it's going to bring you into Adobe Learn. So you guys can learn more about Adobe Rush over here. So there you go. All right. And then community is actually where you guys can share and also see what people have been sharing using a Rush project. That's all. So I'm just gonna jump right into the create new project over here because I think everyone is trying to, you know, like learn on how to use and see what Rush can do. Oh, I just noticed that my tab is smaller. Let me just resize a bit. Okay, this is what happened when you like using the layout, you know, because it's not gonna follow that exactly based on your edit. All right. Okay. So as you can see, I have this one is actually the ready-made, a sample media that Rush gave to you in case you guys want to play with it and in case if you guys don't have any footages with you. So the first thing first, if you guys whenever like you create a new project inside of the Rush, they're gonna give you like a simple tour where they're gonna bring you what to press and what can you do with Adobe Rush. Okay, so first of all, of course you have to define or like put a name into your project. I think this one is slightly mengganggu. It's like blocking my face. Okay, yeah, so first of all you have to rename your project. Example, I'm going to rename this project example. I'm just gonna rename it. Oh, I have like videos that I did that I shot when I was in Jordan like few years back. So it's actually in Wadi Room. So I'm going to rename the project Wadi Room because I'm going to use that asset. I'm going to use the clips that I shot in Wadi Room. I think that was 2019 before the pandemic. Okay, all right. So first you create the name of your project, and then you can see down there you have few more things. First of all, you have like two checkboxes that you guys can choose. First is like synchronize with the Creative Cloud. That one I will always keep it available. This one is in case if I need to adjust this project on the go and I don't have my PC with me, I will always bring my iPad whenever I go anywhere. So technically I will keep this synchronized automatically into the Creative Cloud. So whenever I shut down my PC, I know at the back it's synchronizing with my Creative Cloud and I can always access the same project in my Rush that I have inside of my iPad. So I like the fact that it is always there and available for me to use. Okay. They have a color grading. It's like more to color correction, but you cannot really get like the curves or dial that you guys can get inside of the Rush like you guys have inside the Lumetri color in Premiere Pro. As I mentioned, there's like of course the main features that we have in Rush is the same like the main features that we also have inside of the Premiere Pro, such as import footages, trimming, transitions, put some effects, titles, and also color. we have all of that features inside of the Rush as well. But in terms of like functionality and also like advanced features, it's quite limited compared to what do we have inside of the Premiere Pro. Okay, so we don't we have a color correction, what do we call, like tab, but we don't have like a proper or like a lot of functions like the curves, the dial, color grading stuff, and then like secondary color, all of that. We don't have that inside of the Rush. We have like a bit of like kind of like a preset, but we can still play with the intensity, white balancing. We have all of that. Yes, only basic color correction, but I think you guys can still play to make it, put some grading and stuff. Okay, let's just see. So next, after you guys create the project name, you guys can choose any videos. So I'm not going to choose from this one, so I'm just going to skip the tour. So end the tutorial. So I have my project ready over here, so I'm just going to browse from my what do we call, from my local drive that I have over here. So I have it inside of my, where's my Dropbox, over here. So let me just check. It's under workshop. I have a lot of things in here. www. Where's W? Okay. I cannot find workshop. S. Oh, over here. Ta-da! Okay. And then I have these shots, some clips, so you guys can browse through. Let me just adjust a bit. I think the camera is like, okay, I think it's nice now. Okay, so I have like few clips over here, so I'm going to just like select. You can select as many as clips that you want. I'm just going to select all of these. Maybe just these. Some of these. Okay, I think 12 should be enough. If we need more, we're going to just like add more later. This one. Okay, I like this one. And I have this one too. It's showing where we were. This is the place that we went. More environment. I guess that's all. Yeah, let's just go with that first. So the moment you click and select each of the clips inside of the Rush, you can see it's under, based on the name of my folder, and then down there you can see it's going to like lay out your clips based on your selection. That's why whenever you select the image, right, I mean the footage, they have like a number, because it's going to show and also place the position, I would say, the arrangement of the clips based on the number that you guys select. So the first clip will be at the first one, and then the last clip, like 17, will be at the end lah. So that's why they have like the numbers, so that you guys can see the way it will be arranged automatically inside of the Rush. So the moment you have that, I'm just going to create directly. Oh, you can't really see the button. Can you see the button here? Create. Again, I am blocking that button. Okay, and then I'm going to press create. Disclaimer, I just want to say that I haven't really looked into this footage yet, so I hope so. This is like the first time I'm actually looking back into these footages. I know it has been like ages since I had this inside of my drive, but I just never got the chance to play with it, so this can be exciting. All right, so the moment you guys create create the timeline, we call it. I think it's considered as timeline, because once you press create, all of your footages will be arranged accordingly inside of this timeline strip. I would call it timeline, easier. Okay, so you can see we have 17, and also there's like a small track down there. If you guys can see in the blue color, that one is actually the audio. But if you guys want to see it clearer, like make the track bigger, you guys can click on this left side. We have like to make expand the audio, or like the shortcut is Control R, as you can see over there. So you guys can actually expand the track. So now this is what we call track. One strip over here is called one video track, and then the second one down there is called as a audio track. So the limitation for Rush is you guys can add up to 4 tracks for the videos and then only 3 tracks for the audio. That's why I mentioned it is quite limited compared to Premiere Pro. Of course, Premiere Pro you guys can add like up to like I think more than 20 tracks at one go. I think almost 100 inside of Premiere Pro. But when it comes to Rush, you have a limitation because you guys can only add. Let me just show you, right? Okay, well, this is one track, second track, third track, fourth track. Then you cannot add any tracks anymore. So 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that one is the limitation for the video. But when it comes to the audio, you guys can add up to 3 tracks. 1, 2, or like I cannot drag it. Okay, but technically there's 3 tracks for the audio. So the moment you guys gonna add like music background, voiceover, dialogue, you guys can add it there. Alright, okay, for unlinking, you guys can right click and then they have separate audio. It is called separate. Honestly, I kind of like wish they stick with the term which is unlinking, because separating it's like, you know, so this one is like separate. Technically it's not like unlinking, it's like macam separate the audio from this, so that you guys will have only the music, the visual and also audio separated. But it's, as you can see, the music here is actually there but disabled because it has been already separated or taken out from the clip into the next or second second layout plot, second track. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Okay. That's one. Let's just go back here. So I'm just going to delete this one. This one, did I like move it or did I just like? Okay, I'm just going to replace it. One thing that I like about Rush is because when you were like trying to place any of the clips right inside of the track, you guys can just simply drag it into celah-celah or like anywhere that you want, and the Rush will like automatically rearrange back your clips. It's not the same like we have inside of Premiere Pro, because Premiere Pro we don't have that features where it's going to like automatically berganja. Is it berganja? Like move from one clip to the next one. You have to like manually, because in Premiere Pro if you like put this clip on top here, it's going to replace whatever that you have beneath it. So you have to like move first, give some space, and then only you guys can put inside of the clip that you have on top. But when it comes to Rush, you cannot do that, because I think it's more like there's one term for it. It's not like magnetic, it's like it's following the location for your clip. I think we have this feature inside of FCP if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so go back here. So I'm going to rearrange back. This one has to be in the front of the footages. So I have that, and then let's get into the interface a bit lah. So technically on top here there's very simple. We only have like 2 tabs, which is edit, which is where you guys going to edit your stuff, and then we have share, which is how you're going to export and also share your videos into your social media and stuff. So it's very simple, very simple. And then on the left side, this one, if you click home, it's going to go back, bring you back to the home screen. Like you can see all of your recent stuff and like the way you had just now, the way that you saw just now. And then beneath it we have one more, which is the add button. So add here is very important because this is where you guys can add stuff. Because the moment just now when you create a new project, you already has been given the opportunity to create and also add your clips, right? But what happens if you guys want to add more afterwards, after you already have your clips all together inside of the timeline? You guys can still add it if you guys click on this add. So when you guys click on this add, they are not just giving you the options to add videos or any media or music. You guys can add a lot of stuff like your media, which is your asset media, video or audio, and then we have like graphics. Technically your media is actually a combination of both, and then graphics, example your titles, okay, and also audio, your music, anything that you want to add, and also voice over. I know a lot of people right now like like, I think the voiceover thing is very like the in thing, like very trendy right now, because a lot of videos that I saw inside of on online or inside of the internet, most of them like create a video with voiceover, like TikTok stuff, like, you know, Carol Aming punya video, like bila dia masak-masak. So they I believe he has like the timeline ready, and then after that he's going to record himself talking whenever like he plays the videos. That's how they do the voiceover. So voiceover, we also have it inside Premiere Pro, and also we have it inside the Rush. So I kind of like really like impressed when they have these features inside of the Rush as well, because I think a lot of people gonna benefit these functions a lot nowadays. Okay. Alright, so example, if you want to add more media, you just have to click on the media, and then you can browse through back. This one by default is going to open my previous clip folder that I have. So if I want to add any of this shot, I can always add it anywhere else. Example, if I want to add, let's try this one. So add, the moment you click one, of course you're going to keep on numbering your clips, and then press add. So it's going to import, and it's going to be imported based on where you put your playhead over here. This blue thingy, it is called playhead. So if you put your playhead over here, if I click, let me just do one more time. This one I add, it's going to add next to this clip. It's not going to splitting this clip, because it's not, the behavior is quite different compared to the Premiere Pro. So this one, if you add anything, it's going to add afterwards, because unless if you want to add the video in the middle of this clip, you have to split the clip first. And how can you split the clip? Very simple. You guys can go to the left side, you have few more tools. I like the fact that they only have like really like few tools, because only important tools has been installed inside of this software. So I think that one is very cool, because it's make the software not that big and easy for me to access. So if I want to split this clip, I'm just going to click this trim, gunting, scissors, and whenever you click on it, it's going to split your clip into two. So if I want to add the video just now at this part, so I have to split it first, and then position my playhead at the before or after of the clips that I want to add on, and then select my clip, and then I add. Alright, okay, as easy as that. Okay, so example, for the media example, that one is media. If I close it, and if I want to add something else, like example the audio, let's find audio. So one thing about audio, right, there's like three categories that they divided. We have like soundtrack, which is the music background, and then we have sound effect or SFX, and then we have loops. This one is actually the music they're going to keep on looping at the behind of your music. But normally I'm not going to use that one. I will use a lot of soundtrack, honestly. And by default, if you go to that like audio function over here, they're just gonna give you the options from what the Rush already have inside of the Rush itself. So if you wanna add on your own music, okay, how can I add it? Because I cannot find it in the soundtrack list over here. Okay, I'm gonna go back to your question later, Azura. Okay, and then if you wanna add on your own music that you cannot find from these options, because this one is the one that we have inside the Rush, in that case you cannot use the audio functions over here, but you can use your media. So from here, if I go and find the media, back to media browser, I'm gonna go to my music. So I have like a bunch of music selection over here. Example, Beyonce. This is a Beyonce music. Let's try this one. So if I wanna add this one, I'm just gonna go add. So it's going to be placed based on where I put my playhead again, and this is the music that I already add on. So I'm going to close this one. So if I play the video, alright. Let me just, okay, one thing is, what if I want to play the music and I want to mute the audio from my clip? Can I do that? Okay, you can do that. You can mute, you can make it visible or invisible, or lock your track if you press on these control tracks, or sometimes you call it timeline. So if you click over here, it's going to add on like the track header on the left side. Okay, So the track header technically allows you to hide your track, the whole track, not just hiding the clip, and then mute the music, which is the audio of the track, okay, and also lock the whole track. So when you lock the whole track, you cannot touch the tracks anymore. If you mute the whole track, then the whole video that you have inside of a track will be locked as well. I mean mute as well. So I'm going to just like mute the audio, but I want to have the visual, so I'm going to just mute the audio of the from the vlog video. So if I put my music over here, I'm going to like mute my Spotify for now, so that I'm going to increase the volume for the music so you guys can see music from my timeline. Okay, so I'm going to just trim. Okay, as you can see over here, right? So you can listen to my music, right? So we have the music over there, and it is and my audio from my clip has been muted, so I don't have to care about that one. Okay, so if I want to like trim right now, I want to trim it. I want to take the shot from this side here, stable shot from here, and then 1 2 3 pop, done. Maybe just like 2 seconds of this clip, so I can do by trimming it. So if you're just using your normal cursor by default, if you put your cursor at the end or at the beginning of your clip, it will have like a yellow thingy which is allow you to trim your video. So I'm going to trim it. So I'm going to just adjust my music because it's going to trim my music as well. And one thing that I like about it is because when I trim it, I can always see the part that I trimmed. See? Okay, I want to trim more from here. Okay, and then I'm going to put some split because I don't want to have that, and then go back here and trim more here. And you can see when I trim it, it brings all of my footage that I had before or after clip like in magnetic way. It's like always stick together, so I don't have to manually just drag one by one if I have any gap. So this is like very gap free kind of technique and also system, which is I like it very much. So I'm going to split and then go back here, go here, and then trim. See, it brings back everything. So I can always put here. That one's like so fast. So I'm just gonna trim this one. Just want me to need, going to delete that one. This one also not nice. So you can have that and you can trim it. Then trim again. Here, maybe too fast. There were, and also if I like example E, I trim it too much. So can I have back? You can always just trim, not untrim it, or like drag back the part that you guys accidentally trimmed just now. So I'm going to delete that part, and I'm just gonna jump right to this one because I like this one very much. This part because it's like so nice. Honestly, the music doesn't really add up to my video, so I'm just gonna go back and find Frizzy. Let's hear that one. This is a very sad song. Okay, let's use this one. I have a really sad song in my collection. Okay, let's just use this one. This one is like decent enough. So Azra, you were asking, for example, can we use this to edit cut videos and convert and import into Reels IG? Yes, you can. Because why? Reels, you know that the size of the Reels is like in a 6:19 ratio, like sebab dia portrait panjang kan. So if you guys go here, you guys can click to actually have it in that ratio. 9:16. Did I mention 6 just now? 9:16. So 69 is the landscape size, and then 9:16 is the portrait size. So if you click over here, you guys can have it in Reels punya size already. So you guys can just simply, if you like the editing here, you guys can just simply share it right away and you guys will have that size already. So you don't have to manually crop curl, or you don't have to manually resizing it, because Rush has all of this function where you guys can just simply convert the ratio right away based on how you want it. This 4 ratio is the one that has been used a lot on social media. 4:5 is another portrait size for the feed. If you guys are going to post on your Instagram feed, square 1:1 is the one is normal one. So example, you guys can just simply have it here, and then I'm going to trim it here, and then cut here. I'm just gonna move. Okay, I think enough of this. Okay, I don't want to have like, I want to start my video with this section right away, so I'm just going to delete again this one audio because I do not need that. Where's my music? Did I delete my music? Oh my god. So I'm just going to drag it. You can always drag it also, the faster way. I like to just simply drag it instead of like click and then add. That one's like another way, manually, but I like to just drag it, because when you drag your music, right, you can always place it anywhere else that you want. If you click add, it's going to be placed based on your position of your what do we call playback head. And then, but if you like keep on dragging it, you can always place it whatever you want. It will not follow your playhead anymore. So more freedom for me when I'm going to edit this stuff. This one's a bit, and then here I have a lot of like kedai punya shot. Okay, I'm just going to delete all of these. Oh, they kind of okay. And then you can like delete one clip, or you can also expand audio like just now, or separate. Expand audio is actually you like make the track bigger, that's all. A duplicate, also you guys can click here, or you guys can click on the left side, also duplication. Deleting, you guys can simply using your keyboard to delete, or you guys can press the dustbin on the left side here to delete your stuff. Alright, delete. I'm just going to press my keyboard, I think it's faster. So we're back here. Okay, just going to drag. If you want to like position your shots, right, maybe you feel like, can I make it center a bit? You guys can always go to this. We have on the right side is where you guys have more functions. This one is for titles, for graphic, if you guys want to add more graphics. And then this one for effects. Like effect is actually transition is effect macam tu lah. And then this one for your color correction, if you guys want to play with colors. And this one for your speed, you guys can make your video faster or slower. And then this one, if you want to play with audio, we have audio ducking. Audio ducking is like whenever you have any dialogue inside of your clips and you have the music background at the same time, it's overlapping, right? So technically you guys can do it manually and stuff, but we have functions or features over here where it's going to duck your music properly whenever they hear any audio, so that it will not be overlapping whenever you play the video concurrently. That's the thing. And then here is actually for you to crop and rotate. So example, I can always like horizontal position this shot. Example, if I want to make it like more centralized, I can play with the shot over here, because as mentioned, as you saw just now, it was shot in a landscape size. So I just simply convert that, make it in 9:16, which is in portrait size. So of course not all of the shots or object will be in proper center of my frame, right? Because of course memang akan berubah lah, honestly. So I can always play with the position over here. If you go to this transform part, so I'm just going to click. Okay, so this one, I like when we have like black here, so I'm just going to add it into black. And then we have more here. Maybe I can position this a bit to the left side. And then what else? We have more black over here, so I'm going to close this and trim this. And then this one also black, you can trim that. and then delete that one. I like this one, so I'm just going to trim this one away. Okay, trim this. More detail of the shots. Oh wait, let me just see what we have at the back. Okay. And then, oh, this one is like too shaky. I'm not gonna take it. So you have that. Okay. So I'm just gonna go with, okay, for now let's do like in 69 because I want to do some color correction and play with the color here, because if I make it in real you cannot really see the color properly because of the shot and stuff. So honestly, I love the color already here. I mean, if I like do any travel video, I would like to keep the actual color as how it is shot. I don't like to play or manipulate the color so much because I don't want to make it deceiving, is it? Because you know, I want to keep it real as how my eyes look and experience it. So when I do travel video, I don't like to really play a lot with the color. That's why when I bring my camera, I always got the right camera or the camera with a really nice color settings already inside of the body, so that I don't have to do a bunch of things in the post-production stuff. So that's why. So but still, I'm just gonna play and show with you what can we do with color over here. So over here, right, in the color punya section, you have preset ready, already built in inside of the rush. You guys can pick from any of this. Oh, I like this one. This one also nice. Oh, this one very contrasty, cool, deep and low, da da da. You guys can play with this one. Maybe I like this one, deep shadow. It's also nice, greenery. Okay, example, if you like this shot, right, I mean you like this preset, down there actually you guys can see we have intensity. You cannot really see. Let me just adjust my screen again. So over here you guys can see the intensity, right? Yeah. So example, if I pick the, just now I pick, I think it was greenery, I can always play with the intensity to have more greenish into my shot or like less greenish. Alright, so you guys can play with that, or you guys, if you already have your preset, also you guys can simpan or save it inside of this part. Okay, and then edit is a way you guys can play with this stuff. As I mentioned, you guys can still play with the correction, but you will not get the access like the way we had inside the Premiere Pro. We don't have the curves, we don't have the dial grading stuff, like mid-tone, highlight and stuff, but you only have a basic sliders that we mostly we have inside of the photo editing software, right? And I think this one is actually quite enough already for you to play with colors. You don't have to play with a lot if the color is already like nice and good. Add more vibrancy if you want. Okay, faded film, people like to play this one a lot. Faded is like, it's going to like manipulate a bit of your shadow, because shadow can be like contrasty or faded. If you want to have like a really dark shadow, black dark shadow, you can make it contrasty, you can play with the contrast. But if you want to have like a little bit of like a film cinematic look or finish, you guys can make it a little bit faded for the part where like the shadow part. So you can see here my darker part become like slightly faded or hazy sometimes. Hazy is like macam ada another layer on top of it. Sharpening, you can play with sharpening a bit, because as we all know, whenever you post it on social media, what do we call, like Instagram or Twitter, it's always going to compress your video a bit. So maybe you wanna like add or like increase the sharpness a bit, so that when you post it, it will look less compressed but still compressed. And then vignette, bolehlah nak buat macam nampak is like far away. I don't know, it's up to you. So this is the only thing that you guys can play under the color correction, as I mentioned. Not so much of a grading, but I think with all of these sliders, it's enough for you to just like play and also post your videos. because if you shot your videos properly, you have the right color already, I think it will not gonna be a big problem for you to play or manipulate the color afterwards instead of the post-production, you know. All right, enough of colors. So example, I like this one, so you can see over here. So, and then of course about the color, right, it's going to be like applied into your videos only. So if you want to apply to all of your shots, then you have to save your color as a preset. So example, I did some selection, I did some correction over there. I can go to this like triple dots and then create preset. I can name it as Wadi Room preset. Faded, I think. Oh no, it's a little bit contrasty, and I'm just gonna put numbers, and then I'm going to save it. So if I go to the second clip that not applied with any of the preset by default, I can always just browse into preset, go to my preset, and just click on my preset. It's going to apply my preset that I edit just now. I know it's like kind of very like hideous or tedious process, because if you have like 100 of shots, do I have to do it manually? Yes, you have to, because I don't think we have like adjustment layer or anything that you guys can add on like the way we have in Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is like, example, as I mentioned, it's for like professional usage, and you have like a lot of track that you can always add on top. But when it comes to Rush, you only have like limit to 4 tracks. So if you're gonna add adjustment layer lagi, title lagi, there's a lot of things, effects and stuff, kan, so it's gonna make your timeline tak cukup lah. 4 tak cukup macam tu. So I wanna add, maybe I wanna play with the transition. I did some colors over there. So transition under effects, if you guys go over here, and then you guys can have dissolve. So transition will be added on into between of your 2 clips. And if you're like wondering how can I expand and collapse my timeline, you guys can press plus or minus button on your keyboard to expand the timeline or collapse it. So I have this dissolve. I want to have like a black or white white left. I don't like to use that. I don't know why. It's just not my style. I will use a lot of dissolve, honestly. In my life, I've been dissolving stuff this entire time. So you guys can play with it. We also have pan and zoom. Just the duration. This is duration of your transition over here. You guys can drag your transition durations here or just manually adjust it from the slider. This one, meaning the longer duration that you have for the transitions, the longer the transitions are gonna take up to like dissolving. It's just, that's how it works. Alright, I think the auto reframe, this one is because it's already inside. Okay, that one is under effects. Speed, okay, maybe you want to play with speed. Let's see. Range, drag the blue handles. Okay, this one is the range. You can see the dots over there. So if you make it 100 is actually the normal speed for any footages. If you ramp it, make it, if you compress it lah, like more than 100, it's going to be faster. See, pening. Macam tu. This one is nice. Trim a bit. Okay. So you can play with speed and of course audio. This one is example if you have any dialogue and stuff, but this one, because we don't have it, so we don't have to do any changes like change time as a music or voice. Example, if you have any dialogue, you guys can always assign it as a voice, dialogue, or music, or other. You guys can play around with the audio, or you guys can add any of the audio. It's the same thing like you guys press add audio over here and also browse from here. It's going to browse from the audio collection, obviously. Yes. Auto volume. Auto volume example is like a ducking thingy. It's like it's going to automatically adjust your volume to all of the footages based on the music volume and all. But because I already mute all of these, what do we call audio from the clip, so technically it's unnecessary. And this one, as I mentioned, you guys can crop it if you want. I like this part because inside of the Premiere Pro you don't have these functions. You can crop, but you have to like use effect from the effect panel and then drag a crop effect into the clips, and only you can play with the cropping top, bottom, and also left and right. But this one they already have it right away. I think that one's very cool. They should have it inside of that control panel, effect control inside Premiere Pro, honestly. Okay, so let's just like add, let's add one title before we export this. So maybe I'm just gonna put like ending now over here, Jordan, something like that. You can press graphic over here. Let me just like try to save it first. Ish, new. This one's already new project. Oh, because it is saved inside of the cloud. No need to. So I'm going to add graphics over here. You guys okay over there? Still with me? So add graphic, you guys can click add. It's going to browse from this add button and then graphic over here. You can see the same symbol, and you guys can browse from these functions. We have title. There's a lot of stylish stuff as well. Let's try this one. I'm gonna add this. Put here. So we wanna have these, make it longer. Title I can change into, let's just Jordan. And you guys can change the font if you want over here. Let me just, of course you have to select all first and then do the changes. Ooh, not nice. This one is, let's try to just use Allah, only the panja. Huh? Is that R? Okay, that's super R. Super. Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. Font size, you can play with it. Text color, of course you can change whatever color they want. I think white is nice over there. Oh, should we go with yellow? People like to add like yellowish bit. No, I'm gonna stick to white. Text outline if you wanna have any stroke. Shadow if you wanna add a little bit of shadow. Let's just add. Tapi the shadow is actually very harsh. So I'm going to play with the blur a bit. So dia tak harsh sangat. Okay, that's nice. Character spacing, of course you can play, but of course you gotta select all and play with the character spacing if you wanna play with it. But because this one's a cursive style, so I do not need that character spacing unless it is in a like box. Shape background rectangle tak nak. This one if you nak ada macam satu color kat belakang tu, but I don't wanna have that. See, if you see here, pop hitam, so I don't wanna have that. Okay, so tak nak. Okay, go here. That's how you can play with the text. And of course, how if you wanna like transform the text, you guys can still select this position horizontally and stuff, and you guys can play with that. Put there vertical. We wanna add here. Maintain, advance, crop. I don't have to crop it. Fill or fit. That one's actually for shots. And if you wanna add like dissolve for this text, I can also play with effects and put some transition dissolve. So I have like transitions for the text as well. No, macam tu lah. Okay, so I'm just going to did I? Oh my god, I accidentally deleting that. Okay, So let's just try to export these videos. Do I just do, okay, I'm gonna make it shorter a bit kot. Takut lama sangat. Okay lah. Okay. So this one is loop playback, full screen, not full screen, and this one is play, pause, all of that. This one no need lah, monetize. So I'm just gonna go to the share button over here, and then I can rename my sequence as Jordan Allah, and then save to. I'm gonna change it to somewhere else. Gonna post back inside of my Dropbox. I like to put things in my Dropbox. I don't know why. I have like 2 tera Dropbox. Okay, this one. And I like to actually put another folder called render, and then put everything inside. So you can see here destination. You guys can local, or you guys want to post directly into your YouTube, but this one you have to connect with your channel first, Facebook, Instagram, or Behance. And then under here preset, you guys can have automatically, by default if you pick automatic, it's going to follow the settings for your sequence, ataupun settings of your shots if you put automatic. So how your shot has been like using that settings, and when you export also it's going to follow the exact settings. Example, unless if you want to have like you know, different for Facebook, for YouTube, I'm gonna go to YouTube Full HD lah. And then resolution Full HD, frame rate automatic, because this one has been shot in 50 fps, that's why by default automatically it's picking up 50 fps. By example, if you shot in 25, then your automatic will be in 25. So because I have 50, I have more, I can always tone down or reduce the frame rate as I wish, but I'm just gonna stick to 50 fps because I like it that way. Audio channel stereo, because I wanna keep on having left and right. Quality, this one I'm gonna go with high. Alright, and then destination render videos publish. So I'm just going to press export on the right side, if you guys can see. So let's see how long it's gonna take. That's not so bad. Do you guys have any questions before we finish our session tonight? I'm open for a question. Do you guys have any? And of course, I really appreciate those who tune in and watch this live for tonight. One more minute. Oh, it's actually increasing suddenly. I think because of the color, because you add more data into the footages, like colors and stuff. So it's gonna take a bit more time to render. And then of course, oh, I think it's because of my timeline. Now it has like, what do we call, a black screen in the back. So done. Let's check my videos. Render. Hey, why it's not there? Okay. Eh? Where? Eh? What happened to my videos? I tak kat situ ke tadi? Let's try one more time. Okay, but before that, let's just like go back to edit and make it shorter. So let's just like, I'm just gonna take this one now. Belakang ni I just going to remove it so that we have more time, you know, rendering. I don't have to wait anymore. So let's just do it that. Okay, go back and share. We have it here. Betul dah. Huh? Okay. export. Done. Okay. Move out. Okay. View in Explorer. There you go. Press enter. So I'm just going to skip it and then then we have dissolve here. And we have the name. I know I was made with a purpose to reach past the surface, live life fearlessly. I want nothing less than to be who I'm. All right. So I mean, of course, it was like a very like a short and also simple, I would say, edit that we did because I think because of the time over here. So I guess that's all that I would like to share for tonight. It has been like already like 10 12 already. So thank you so much everyone who joined this workshop, live workshop, and I really appreciate your time. So hopefully you guys enjoy and also get as much as information that you guys could with Adobe Rush. I know we have a quite limited time over here, but I hope you guys have the idea what Rush can do and also have the excitement to explore Rush on your own. All right, so I think I'm gonna go. Again, my name is Najra. Thank you so much for watching this live stream, and hope to see you guys in my next stream. I mean, next live stream. All right, bye. Assalamualaikum.